Jiwoo enters a room where Jestela is seated, surrounded by Kayden, Pluto, and several other cats, creating a bustling atmosphere. Kayden looks concerned, asking if Jisuk's condition can be treated using something Frame possesses, indicating a potential solution. Jiwoo confidently smiles, confirming that Jisuk can indeed be treated with what Frame possesses, offering a glimmer of hope. Delain stands before a group, explaining that Frame developed the treatment and he's familiar with it from his past experiments. Delain clarifies the treatment isn't a neutralizer, looking serious as he explains its true function to the group. He elaborates that it simply eliminates side effects in Jisuk's body. Jisuk, wearing a patient gown, stands with Woon and Jiyoung. Jisuk looks up at a slightly flustered Woon with admiration, as Jiyoung observes their interaction intently. Jiwoo looks confused by the group's strange reactions, wondering why everyone is acting that way. Jiwoo faces Jestela, Pluto, and the cats as Jestela confirms they can cure Jisuk, offering a glimmer of hope. Kayden looks serious, clarifying that the treatment isn't readily available, as Frame holds the key. Jiwoo stands as the gravity of the situation sinks in. Jiyoung would need to negotiate with Frame, who might impose harsh conditions. Jestela, Pluto, Kayden, and Kayden remain somber, contemplating the difficult path ahead to secure Jisuk's treatment. Kayden gravely suggests that Frame might not make demands directly from Jiyoung, but from her powerful organization, Manhwa, instead. Jiwoo looks visibly stressed, understanding that Frame will exploit the situation to extract as many concessions as possible. Kayden speculates that Delain's mentioned treatment was likely a secret, experimental development by Frame, not widely known. A shadowy Jiyoung stands in a grand, somber setting, as a voice questions the implications if she were to learn about the treatment. Top Awakeners from Frame might not letting Jiyoung go if she learns about their secret treatment, highlighting the grave risk. Jiwoo looks visibly stressed and worried, sweating as the full implications of Frame's power and demands sink in. Kayden reveals to Jiwoo that Delain is also in danger, prompting Jiwoo to ask for clarification. Kayden explains that Frame already knows Delain is present and previously attempted to take him back. A bound figure, implied to be Delain, faces a dark fate as Frame will realize he leaked secret information about their treatment. Jiwoo looks troubled as the dire consequences of Delain revealing Frame's secret are further detailed, emphasizing his peril. Kayden tells Jiwoo that Frame would eliminate Delain for his knowledge, but they've been too preoccupied to act until now. Kayden grimly states Delain has now made the first move, effectively provoking Frame into immediate action. Jiwoo looks down, visibly distressed, pondering the difficult situation. He asks, "Then what are we supposed to do?" A close-up shows Jiwoo's worried, sweating face as he realizes asking Frame for help puts Woon's master in danger. Jiwoo stares ahead, contemplating the grim reality that if they don't ask for help, Jisuk cannot be cured. Pluto, Kayden, and Kayden watch Jiwoo, whose wide, worried eyes reflect his struggle with this impossible choice. Jiwoo announces he'll make a quick phone call, departing the room while Jestela, Kayden, Pluto, and the other cats watch him leave. Pluto expresses concern, wondering if Frame might demand Delain as a condition for providing the treatment. Kayden, looking annoyed, confirms that Frame making such a difficult demand is certainly possible. A worried Pluto questions why Delain would reveal information that could put himself in such danger. Kayden looks serious, while Jestela appears deep in thought during a quiet, reflective moment. A tall, modern building with many illuminated windows stands under the dark night sky. Woon presses Delain for confirmation, asking if he's absolutely sure, to which Delain affirms while reading. Woon looks confident and determined, with a slight smirk, his hands clasped together. Delain, with a serious expression, directly questions Woon, "Are you really that happy your friend can be cured?" A slightly flustered Woon, touching his hair, hesitantly responds yes. To Delain's inquiry, Delain maintains his stern gaze, intently observing Wooin's reaction in the sterile lab environment. We look at the past where Wooin was younger, looking troubled and slightly sweaty. Delain then unexpectedly asks Wooin, "Don't you know how to smile?" Delain, standing close, looks intently at Wooin. Wooin looks utterly expressionless, his face showing no reaction as he quietly stands before Delain. Delain questions Wooin's blank stare, urging him to show some kind of expression in their simple room. Despite Delain's persistent encouragement to use his facial muscles, Wooin remains stone-faced and unmoving. Delain demonstrates, physically pulling his own mouth into a smile, instructing Wooin on how to move his facial muscles. Delain playfully demonstrates how to smile, trying to coax any expression from an utterly stone-faced Wooin. In a lab, Wooin focuses on documents at his desk, while Delain works nearby. Wooin then approaches Delain's station. Delain looks intently at Wooin and exchanges serious, intense glances, hinting at a tense discussion or revelation. Wooin breaks into a confident, charming smile, touching his hair, his demeanor shifting entirely. Delain looks thoughtful, remarking to Wooin, "Now you finally look like a kid," with an unexpected tone. A visibly tired and sweating Delain, still in the lab, firmly tells a slightly perplexed Wooin that he should get going. Delain then complains to Wooin about his sudden arrival, stating he couldn't get any work done because of it. As Wooin turns to depart, Delain offers a final reassurance. "And don't worry about your friend." Delain confidently states that Frame will indeed hand over the treatment, seemingly concluding his discussion with Wooin. Wooin smiles, confirming his understanding or agreement with a clear, emphatic yes. After a shot of Shinhwa's hospital, Jisuk looks serious, simply stating, "I know." Outside a building, someone, likely Jiwoo, stands surprised, questioning Wooin's statement with, "What? You know." Jisuk lies on a bed, recalling how happy he was to tell his Nuna about the treatment. A serious Jeong appears, conveying her warning that asking Frame for anything would be far too dangerous. A close-up of Jisuk reveals his troubled expression as he understands the specific danger to Wooin's master. Still on the bed, Jisuk reflects, realizing Jeong was right, and firmly concludes, "Then we can't do that." Jiwoo, on the phone, receives confirmation from someone on the other end, who states, "So you already knew too." A distressed Jisuk, holding a phone, is asked if he's okay, to which he emphatically replies, "Hell no. I'm not okay." Jisuk, still on the bed, angrily flails an arm, lamenting his current inability to use the power he once had. Jiwoo listens intently as Jisuk vents his frustration, exclaiming he's going crazy and recalling their past encounter. Jisuk continues to lament his helplessness, reflecting how all his plans and goals have vanished since he was a child. He's visibly distressed, proclaiming he's going out of my mind, and feels his life has no value anymore. Still troubled and sweating, Jisuk looks up, his thoughts shifting to a critical but, with determined eyes, Jisuk firmly decides he can't put Nuna, Jeong, in danger. Jisuk's determined expression shows his resolve, as he concludes he cannot endanger Wooin's master just to cure himself. Huddled on the ground, a distraught Jisuk firmly believes there's nothing else to consider regarding his decision. Still slumped in despair, Jisuk's name is spoken, acknowledging the weight of his selfless choice. Jiwoo smiles reassuringly on the phone, recognizing Jisuk's profound selflessness and calling him a truly good friend. Jisuk smiles on the phone, then looks down, touching his lip as he processes his difficult decision. Jestella sits on a rooftop with Kayden, both observing the night sky in quiet contemplation. Jestella looks confused, questioning why Delain risked his safety to reveal Frame's secret treatment. The implications of his revealed secret are discussed. Jiwoo slumps, appearing distressed, as the weight of his friend's selfless decision to forego the cure is acknowledged. Jestella and Kayden are together as Jestella remarks on how strange their current location feels. Jestella watches from the rooftop as Kayden walks away, asking him where he's headed. Kayden responds with a knowing look, stating he has something important to retrieve. Jestella looks intently, declaring she will also pay for the snacks, adding a casual note to her departure.